Good morning, everyone. It is day 13 of Millionaire Mindset Mornings, where every morning I come to you live at 8 a.m. and share with you some tips and tricks that can help you in your business as well as in your side hustle. Today's topic, we are going to be talking about your bankroll and boundaries, how to set boundaries in regards to you making money in your side hustle. I'm just going to do my quick social media checks and then we are going to get started. Happy Saturday. I hope everyone had a wonderful week and are probably happy to see the weekend. And hopefully you have some good weekend plans set up. Oh, my bad. There we go. All right. So I'm good there. And then it looks like I am good on the other end as well. All right. So we are going to go ahead and get into today's topic. Usually what I do is I give you 3 points that we are going to talk about, as well as an action step that I want you to take. And then we wrap it on up and we close it on out for you. Okay. But please be sure to tune in every morning at 8 a.m. Also later on today at 1 p.m., I will be doing Side Hustle Saturday. You still have time to vote on the topic that you want discussed, but please try to vote before 10 a.m. You can vote on my YouTube channel. That is where the voting is still up and going. But after 10 a.m., I am going to start working on the actual topic. So you have to 10 a.m. to vote. So less than 2 hours. All right. But anyway, for today, let's talk about how to keep your coins growing without letting chaos creep in. All right. Because we've been talking about building momentum and as you build that bag, or helping you to build the bag, but building the momentum, that means absolutely nothing if your bag is actually leaking money, if you're losing money. So we're going to be talking about that. Okay. Because when you get a hold or a handle on the money that is leaving you, that will help you keep chaos out of your wallet. All right. And we don't want that chaos to creep in. So these boundaries, they're going to help protect your money as well as your mindset, because we got to keep our mindset intact as well. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. Point number 1 is I need you to guard your bankroll like it is Gucci. All right. So guard it like it's Gucci or VIP. Okay. What do I mean by that? Sis, bruh, every bag is not yours to carry. All right. I'm going to say that again. Every bag isn't yours to carry. All right. Just because you got it, that doesn't mean you should be spending it. Okay. Learn how to say no. But let me put point number 1 in, because this goes to how you are going to guard your bank account like it is Gucci. All right. And then we're going to go into that point even more. But every bag is not yours to carry. So you need to guard your bank account, your bankroll more specifically, like it's Gucci or VIP. All right, so let me put that up there. All right, so sometimes when we start making money and people ask us for stuff, we're like, oh, I got it, so I'll go ahead and pay for it. But that is a quick and fast way for money to start leaking out of your business. So you have to learn how to say no. You also need to know your limits, okay? Because also everything that you are invited to does not require your yes as well. All right, so exercise that no. When people ask you for stuff, ask you for money, ask you to help them out, you got to say no. Well, I'm not going to say you got to say no, but you need to consider it and possibly say no, so that you're not leaking money from your bank account trying to help people. And then just because you've been invited to something, that doesn't mean you need to be in attendance. So every invitation does not need your yes, or it shouldn't get your yes. You need to be strategic about the things that you are attending, even if it's like a business event. Okay. You got to make sure you're going to get a return on your investment when you spend money for certain things. And this can go for like business conferences, workshops, different tools and stuff that you might be getting for your business. So you got to make sure you're getting a return on your investment. Okay. So Learn how to decline opportunities, purchases, as well as people that might end up draining your money or that in fact do drain your money. All right. So that's how you guard your bankroll. The other thing is you need to budget. A budget is a boss move. Okay. Budget is not broke talk. All right. That's boss talk. All right. If you want to be a boss, you need to have a budget. All right. Because a budget is just telling your coins where to work. All right, and it's not letting them run throughout the streets. All right. Some of y'all, your money is all out in the streets. Y'all want to be outside. Y'all want to be doing stuff. That's where your money is. That's where your money resides. Your money is running the streets. All right. But a budget tells your money where it needs to be working. Say, you don't need to be out in the streets. We got to be putting in some work. All right. So it tells it where it needs to be working. And please don't consider a budget like punishment. Okay. Consider it as protection. A budget isn't punishment. I'm gonna actually put that in the chat. A budget isn't punishment. It is protection. Because I know the B word is a bad word for a lot of folks, or it gives bad feelings for a lot of folks. But a budget isn't punishment. It is protection. All right, so I'll put that up there. All right, so don't have your money out in the streets causing chaos. You got to tell your money where you need it to be working for you. All right. So that way you know exactly where your money is working and not where your money went. You left wondering where did your money go? All right. That's what we don't want. Also, when you guard your bankroll like it's Gucci, then you can be able to create like emergency funds or emergency cushions, because creating that like emergency savings is an energy saver, because life is going to happen. Life is lifing, all right? It's not going to stop just for you. It's not going to stop just because you had have a business now or a side hustle, because life is going to test you, okay? So when you create that emergency stash, think of it like a little safety net or like a little seatbelt for yourself, okay? So if you don't want chaos, if you don't want craziness, if you don't want whiplash from your finances, then create that little emergency cushion for your business so that you can stay safe and you can stay protected when life starts to happen. Okay. And this will help keep drama at bay for when things do occur. All right. So maybe you were invited to a weekend trip or something like that, but you didn't budget for it. So then you need to exercise that no. Remember, every bag ain't yours to carry. All right. And instead of swiping your card and charging it up and going on that trip, you actually, in fact, honor your budget and skip the trip. Okay. Because next thing you know, your car broke down, 2 weeks later, and that money you probably would have spent on that trip, now you're needing it to get your car fixed. All right. So because that's how life be lifing. All right. All right. So that was the first point. The second point that I want to make is that people boundaries help save your bank account. All right. And that's what I mean by that is you need to set boundaries with people too. All right. So just like you're putting certain parameters in to guard your business, put certain boundaries in when it regards to people. All right. So that was the second point. Set boundaries with people. And we talked about this a little bit the other day. So let's go a little bit more into that. All right. So stop being the ATM for your friends. Stop being your friend's ATM. All right. You can love your people, but and you can love your friends and everything, your family, but you should not be people's bailout plan. Excuse me. You should not be their bailout plan. Okay. They should not be always calling you or contacting you to get them out of a bind. All right. So you can't be the ATM for your friends and family anymore. No more free rides. No more getting over. Okay. And don't let them guilt you into opening up your wallet and spending your money. All right. You don't want that to happen. So boundaries, boundaries can mean that you love them without financing them. All right. I'm going to say that one again. You can love the people without financing them. Okay. And I'm going to put that because I think that's important too. Boundaries mean you can love them without financing them. All right. So I want you to remember that. All right. The other thing, and when it comes to setting boundaries with people, is that you need to protect your time. Yeah, I done talked about this. Maybe it was just yesterday or the day before. Time is your currency. All right. I told you, I don't want anybody wasting my time. I would much rather them waste my money. Not that I want them to waste my money, but I would much rather you do that than to waste my time. If they're wasting your hours, they are taxing your bag. All right. Okay. Because it costs. It costs. My time costs. All right. So you have to value your time. And you have to look at it as wasted time is wasted money when you're not using it in a productive way. Okay. And if someone consistently drains you of not just your energy, but also of your time, that is just money lost. Okay. So you need to protect your time when it comes to people as well. And please, please, please remember that your peace is priceless. Okay. So you also need to make sure you're protecting your peace, because when you are stressed out, that causes you to swipe and spend stupidly. All right. You be spending on stupid stuff that you otherwise, if you weren't stressed out, you probably wouldn't have spent on, or you probably wouldn't have bought that to try and make yourself feel better. So you got to guard your vibe, because when you guard your vibe, that helps you guard your dollars as well. All right. So keep that in mind. Protect your peace, because when you all stressed out, that is going to lead to messy money moves. And we want to make money moves, but we don't want to make messy money moves. All right. So that cousin, that friend, whoever who always wants to borrow something and then they forget to pay you back. Mm-mm. We ain't playing Wells Fargo with them. We ain't playing Bank of America. We ain't playing Chase Bank with them. We are not the ATM for them. Okay. Um, you gotta tell them no, and you gotta do it in love. So you can say, you know what, sis, you know what, friend, you know what, cuz I'm not going to be able to lend you money this time, or let you borrow money this time, or even give you money this time. But what I can do is I can help you come up with an amazing side hustle idea so that you can get some money flowing in. All right. That's how you love them without financing them. All right. All right. Now, the last and final point that I have when it comes to bankroll, your bankroll and boundaries, is that you need to keep that momentum from turning into mayhem. All right. And we kind of talked about this before, because I'll definitely, this week is focused on money and momentum. I want you to build momentum, but sometimes, when you go fast, it can cause chaos. So, okay. So we want to build speed, but do it in a responsible way. So I want you to keep the momentum, but we don't want it to turn into mayhem, excuse me. So you want to track your bag. So track what you're making, because if you don't measure it, you can't grow it. We talked about this too. I think maybe on Tipsy Tuesday this past week, or earlier this week. Okay. You got to track it and measure it so that it can grow. But let me put the third point in the chat, and then soon we're going to be wrapping it on up. Okay. So point 3 is keep momentum from turning into mayhem. All right. So how can you track your bag, or some tips for tracking your bag? All right. You need to do some weekly check-ins with yourself and on your finances to help keep them under control. You can even do like Money Monday check-ins. Okay. Make it fun, make it exciting. You can go on like a little date with yourself or whatever, money date with yourself. All right. Um, but you need to block out time each week to help you look at your coins and see how your money is flowing, whether that's 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 hour, however you need. Start small, like maybe give yourself 15 minutes at first and see what you're able to do, and see if you need to build it to more time, to just keep track of your money. Because if you don't track it, you ain't gonna stack it. All right. And that's with anything. All right. But when it comes to your money, if you not tracking it, you not stacking it. All right. I actually like that. So next thing, when it comes to keeping your momentum turning into mayhem, To help you out, you need to use automation to your advantage. Okay. Automation can be liberation. All right. Put your savings and your bills on autopilot. Autopilot. I've shared with you guys, I already automate all of my savings, and now I pretty much have every bill on automatic payment. There is one stubborn credit card bill where I do have it on automatic payment, but the bank is kind of structured where I can't pay it. Like, I want to make an extra payment on it as well, and it's not structured that way. But my other credit card that I have, I can do that. So I'm a little frustrated with that one, but at least I'm able to make the initial payment, and then when I want to make anything extra, then or give them the extra amount and everything, I have to go in and physically do that. So that's the only one that's a little stubborn. But automate your savings as well as your bills. Put it on autopilot, okay? Because when you do that, that means you don't have to babysit every dollar. Like, we watching every dollar, okay? That's not to say don't watch every dollar. We're still watching our dollars, but we don't have to sit there and babysit it like it's a newborn or something like that, all right? So keep that in mind when it comes to your savings, your bills, as well as your investments. Put it on autopilot so that you can see it grow. And then also, the last thing I'm going to say is make sure you're also setting boundaries with your calendar, so that it doesn't lead to chaos or you crashing out with your cash. Okay. So hustle does not have to mean burnout. All right. You need to protect your schedule. We talked about protecting your time. So protect your schedule because to help you protect your success. So we want you to build momentum, but we don't want you to get overburdened and burnt out. So be strategic about the things that you are planning. Okay. But yeah, those were the tips I had for you. Let me do a quick recap. So we are talking about your bankroll and boundaries, how you can grow your coins without letting chaos creep in. And the first tip was you need to guard your bankroll like it's Gucci or VIP. The second tip was you need to set boundaries with people. All right, stop being the ATM for people. And then the third tip was you need to keep your momentum from turning into mayhem, and you do that by automating a lot of stuff. Okay, now your millionaire mindset action step that I want you to take for today is I want you to set one financial boundary in your business that helps you to protect your bankroll. All right. That could be automating your savings. That could be automating some bill pay. It could be telling that friend, cousin, no, like, I can't keep financing you, sis. Or it could be you telling yourself no on unnecessary spending that you are doing. Okay. You got to make it clear and you got to stick to it. Maybe you need to create a budget for your business, whatever it is. I want you to do one financial boundary and let me know what that's going to be. Drop it in the chat. And remember, also, you can drop in the chat, because I was going to say, remember that boundaries build your bankroll. So you can put in the chat, my boundaries build my bankroll. So let me put that in there because boundaries build bankroll. My boundaries, there we go. My boundaries build my bankroll. Because we building empires this year, okay? We're about to enter the last quarter of the year, and there's still time for you to make some awesome money moves when it comes to your business, okay? All right, so if you enjoyed this, don't just be nodding your head. Just be like, sis, that sounds real good. That makes sense. All right. Go ahead, hit that like button. Share it with somebody who needs to hear these tips. Okay. And be sure that you're subscribed so that you can stay in the room and keep getting these gems, because I am dropping them every morning in September at 8 a.m. Okay. And these things will not only get your coins growing, but it will also help your confidence to grow as well. And also make sure you tune in later on today at 1 p.m. for Side Hustle Saturday. If you have not already voted on the topic, you can go to my YouTube page and still vote until 10 a.m. And then I'm going to see which one gets the most votes or has the most votes. And then I'm going to start crafting that topic for us this afternoon. Now, on tomorrow, for our Millionaire Mindset Mornings, we are going to be talking about how we are turning these quick wins that I've been giving you, that I've been trying to get you to make, how you can turn that into long-term wealth. So you don't want to miss it. Tune in tomorrow at 8 a.m. and I will see you guys then. Have a wonderful Saturday, everyone.